Hello, my name is Ethan. I'm in San Francisco, and my mission is San Francisco Diocese. You will be seeing a tour, and throughout the tour, I'll be stating some interesting facts. So, hope you will enjoy. It was known also as the Mission Dolores. And also, Juna Pedacera did the 9 missions. It's the 6th mission throughout the 21 missions in the world. This is what the front looks like. This mission was founded on October 9th, 1776. It's the original building of the chapel. And these are the 3 bells.
And what do these mean, Ethan?
I don't know them by order, but some it's eat, work, or sleep. And then if you come over here, I know some statues, but not that much. So this is the place where they would sit down in church on Sundays. So if you would see here, these 3 saints, it's written on here.
Do you want to read them for me?
Read the names? Okay. Saint Pasquale, Saint Anthony of Padua, Saint Francis of Solano. So these are the 3 saints. And Saint Juna Pedacera was canonized on September 23rd, 2015. Those purple candles are there because it was Advent. Pope St. John would come here and I think he would pray.
He visited the Mission Dolores on September 17th, 1987.
And then these 3 saints over here, this middle one over here is Saint Joseph. This one over here is Saint John of Capistrano, and then this one on the very right is Saint Bonaventura. This is
Lieutenant Don Jose Juan Uraga, died July 13,
1785.
Isn't this beautiful, Ethan?
Yes. This over here, this very top little tiny thing, like shelter kind of thingy, is where the choir do the piano and
The organ, and would sing.
Yes. And this is where they do the baptism.
It's neat.
And over here, wait, no. This area over here is the music where the choir would sing and do the piano. This is St. Francis of Assisi,
Wow, that's neat.
and they put it. The fan, St. Francis of Assisi, the fan.
Isn't this an original staircase, Ethan?
Yes, it is. And also, I have some more information about it. This place has been hit by earthquakes 2 times and been rebuilt three times because there was one earthquake with 2 fires. So they had to rebuild it.
But it's the original, right?
Yeah. They had to rebuild it 2 times. Outside, there's going to be a diorama of the mission San Francisco.Et's. Come up closer. Yes. I'm thinking near to that door, I think was Juna Peracera. That was the cemetery. And I think on the very, very, very end over there, you see those 3 doors? I think those were the priests that lived there. So, as we move on. So as we come inside this gate, we're gonna hear some trumpets, and we're gonna hear
And we're going into the basilica.
where they would play.
Este es Jesús, el Cordero de Dios, que quita el pecado del mundo. Dichosos los invitados a la cena del Señor. Señor, nos pedimos que
Say their prayers here.
una palabra tuya basta para la salud. Sentamos poco a poco.
We are watching now a quinceañera.
El cuerpo de Cristo.
This routine is speaking in Spanish. Around. Virgin Mary. This is the holy water.
Podemos entender.
This is when Jesus was crucified.
Tú creaste a todos los pueblos de la tierra y nos conoces a cada uno por nombre. Te damos gracias por Stephanie que celebra hoy sus 15 años. Bendecenda con tu amor y amistad para que pueda crecer en sabiduría, conocimiento y gracia, amando siempre su familia y siendo fiel a sus caminos. Por Jesucristo nuestro Señor. Sentamos por favor.
In that mission 1816.
Those were the Indians?
Yes. Mission scene 1826. The bullfight at mission 1842. Spanish. The parish rectory cemetery.
Rectory.
Rectory seminary in 1860.
That's where they were housed, right? That's where they lived.
Yes. This was after the earthquake. Like I mentioned. And over here is the whole Mission Dolores. Today. Mission Dolores and Mission San Francisco.Ethan S is the same thing. Just they give it a different name for it.
Okay.
Let's go in here. Okay.
This is the museum.
Old artifacts that people used. I don't know who. I'm sorry. These books over here that tell, and this is what the Indians used to read to know about this mission. Some are artifacts like this one, some are artifacts, some are books, mostly are books. So over here, we have special artifacts, which I don't know, but I think the Indians. This chair is a very special chair because the father during the Pedicera sat on this chair, something where he sat on it in memory of during the Pedicera, the father during the Pedicera.
What's this?
This is adobe brick. It's covered by glass.
To protect it.
Yes, to protect it. This is a picture of the mission. Francisco.Ethan. This is the book that he taught everybody, and this is what he wore with his big gigantic cross, and his bell with him, and his big gigantic book. Okay, so this is what sometimes he wore, and in special days like Sunday, like mass kind of days.
What's this over here, Eva?
Which one? Indian tribes, they didn't have any weapons. So what they used to do is they used to grab these little teeny pointy arrow kind of thingies. They used to put it on that tip over there. No, that tip, the last part of the stick. So then they used to, that's a bone arrow. These are the two
And that's
sticks.
how they used to make blankets.
Yeah.
The figure in the middle wears a blanket of woolen cloth. Mission Dolores. Note the wide mouth baskets in the stern of their tool.
So this is what they made as weapons because they did not have guns. Or spears. So this is what the Indians wear, I think. Yeah, this is what the Indians wear. This is, Mom, this is a diagram of how they lived. If you may see over here. And the teepee and all that other stuff. They used to fish and farm. And also the statue over here is Juna Parasera. That statue. And also, you might be wondering what a soap root is. Wondering why this is called a soap root is because whenever you grab it and you start rubbing it against water, it becomes shampoo.
Really?
Yeah. If you read over here, the bulb of this plant, and it's also a plant, so it's pretty outrageous. When mixed with water, it will lather into a fine soap or shampoo. So it will turn into soap or shampoo. These are the birds that the Indians tried catching for food. So as we go outside, we're going to go to the cemetery. Let's go. Cemetery garden.
Who's this, Ethan?
Is it? Oh, okay. So, I'm guessing this is Juna Parasera. And he absolutely ruled every single mission. No, he built 9 missions, but there's 21. But when Juna Parasera died, the other saints, which I don't know, I'm sorry, kind of helped him do the other missions, the other 21 missions that saints did. This is the 6th one out of the 9 he built. So that's pretty outrageous. But
The Old Mission Dolores Restoration Project, which started in 1990 to 1995.
so now we're going to be going in the cemetery garden. Let's go. Okay. So what I want to start with is Juna Parasera. If you can see, is over there, and then right there, and then this one I'm thinking is moving over here. be used for many different kinds of things. It was used for shelters for the Indians, and also bathrooms, maybe. So then that's Mother Mary over there, and they would think it's very respectful for Indians to put their bodies on teepees. So this one is not going to step on his grave, but here's one. Better very tall, indeed. And then that's the teepee, if you can all see over there. That one.
So he's the founder and first president of the California Missions.
Yes.
How different is it, Ethan? Cemeteries nowadays compared to now? It's very different, right?
Because they don't put all these artifacts. They just put graves here. Like for an example, they don't put a teepee near that anymore. They don't put any extra artifacts that are used from Indians or someone else. They put graves in some cemeteries. So now, Mom, now we're going to go inside the teepee. This is what people used to do when they didn't have a shelter. They used to pull this thingy over here, thingamajiggy down, or pull this thingy over here, and
They
then
made shelter?
yeah, because the Indians didn't have anything or any shelter like houses and 2 buildings, 1 building. So what they used is this. They made it out of. They made this out of sticks. So yes, and leather. No, it's not leather. Sorry. Yes, there is, and wood. And also, one more fact is that when you see all these graves near a church, they're all people who are saints, I'm guessing. People, sorry.
And they are what descent mostly? Irish?
Yes, Irish.
So as you look through, you would find a lot of Irish names.
also, one more fact, most of these people are Irish. This is the Mother Mary.
In honor.
I don't think to the memory of Mary, life of John M. Mamara, died October 14, 1856. It's not Mother Mary. It's the
It's in honor of native of
John.
Tipperary, Ireland.
Now this I'm guessing.
A lot of these people who have died here, Ethan, are decades followed the gold rush, right? And many of them who died at that time, there are streets named after them, right?
Yes. Most of them. A lot of them have. I'm in San Francisco, and my mission is San Francisco Diocese. You will be where they cook. So, yeah, they cook here. They cook. That's cactus. And then there's graves everywhere. Smaller. And also, one more fact is that this is the smallest mission, but the oldest. And also, because there is a lot of, like, 2 earthquakes or 1, this piece over here cracked from the earthquake. I don't think I can get it. Yeah, it's too heavy. So I'm sorry, but if you may see, that's the pieces that were supposed to be put on this, but in the earthquake apparently cracked.
This is interesting.
Markers, wooden markers. So after about 10 years, the marker disappears, but they're all still in place.
5,000 Indians.
There was 5,000 Indians in the cemetery.
And you figure during that era, Spanish died, the Spanish were buried. 1821, when Mexico took over, there was Mexican burials. And finally, after the gold rush, American burials were happening. The last burial was 1898, and the cemetery was packed. Yeah, so
You have a lot of Irish names, though.
they came for the gold rush, and there was the tail end of the potato famine, so a lot of Irishmen were looking for opportunity. We were the only Catholic church, so they wanted to live right around here. So this was an Irish parish until 1970. All Irish, Irish priests, Irish people. Only until after 1970, then we had more Spanish and Asian came to this neighborhood.
So the chapel is original, but they renovated the basilica.
The basilica fell in 1906. The Irish population got so big they couldn't fit in the small mission, so they built the brick one.
Brick one.
And that's the one that fell. So the one there now replaces the brick one that fell in 1906. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but there's tons more berries than you see headstones. Tons.
Wow.
And it extends beyond our fence, so we see burials all around this area. Probably in their basement, there's burials underneath.
Wow.
Didn't the Spanish carry diseases to the Indians?
Well, they weren't prepared for any of the diseases Europe had. Things like measles weren't part of the Indian culture, so measles would wipe out the Indians. Whooping cough was part of European sickness. So yeah, those diseases hit the Indians hard.
And then they died with the
Right away, they died from that disease. Right away.
with the Indians that had them.
Well, if an Indian caught that disease, he could transmit it to his wife or to his children. So disease spread fast and hard.
So where did they stay as far as they lived?
Well, if they were baptized, they lived within the mission. They had dormitories for men and women. If they were just working on the mission, they would put one of these tule houses on the outside of the cemetery.
teepee.
So they would, well, this is actually called a tule house, not a teepee. Teepees are the pointed ones that have skin.
So it's
made out
called
of
tulia.
animal skin. Yeah, so that's a tule house.
Tule. And that's made out of,
It's reeds that grow by water,
that's
like
interesting.
cattails. Those are kind of like cattails.
So where in the mission would they be staying, housing?
Did you see the diorama as you leave the small mission?
It's no longer, that's what I'm
It-
saying.
It's no longer here, but it used to be a square all the way around.
Right, okay.
And that's sort of like a factory where you would do weaving, you would tan skins. Everything you needed to live happened in the mission. It was like a big factory town, kind of.
Do you have any other questions, Ethan?
Well, you guys, good luck.
Thank you so much.
What I like about this mission is that I got to see almost everything, and it was amazing. Why? Because I got to see the cemetery during the Peracera, and I got to see the inside of it, and I got to ring the bells, the 3 bells that would stand for eat, work, and sleep, which are really, really, really cool. And also what I like about this is that this mission is that it's still in its original form.
For the most part, right?
Yeah.
Except for the basilica.
Yeah, because it was rebuilt.
It's a freshwater stream. When the Spanish came to it, they named the spring Dolores. Over time, people started casually saying, I'm going to Dolores, but they meant St. Francis. So we accepted it like a nickname.
Okay.
But the official name is St. Francis of Assisi.